talking.
We're back.
And
Today we're going to talk about some experiences that we've had with artists you may be interested in. Russ has had some good ones, and one of them was Ray Charles when you were doing the TV show with Ray Charles. You don't have to go through the whole setup. Just say that Ray Charles was on stage, right?
Yeah.
You were taping.
Yeah.
And he couldn't hear.
Yeah, and go on. No.
Yeah. We don't need you today. I want to sit here and tell quirky stories.
What happened was the band was live. Usually they do pre-records.
Right.
But for Ray it was the band was live.
Right.
And the way the setup was, the band was on two big wings that were pushed way in the back.
Now he's going to go into the details.
But that's why I couldn't hear.
Oh, okay.
That's why I couldn't hear.
Okay.
And so they got about 30 seconds in the first song. And so Ray stops and says, I can't hear.
Yeah.
So Steve Bender, who was directing, gets him on the horn. He says, fix it. Fix it. Okay. 300 people in the audience.
Yeah.
Taping live, NBC.
Yeah. The meter's running.
So I had the stagehands come up and they had to pull the band there on the wings would move there on wheels.
Yeah.
And it got right up near Ray.
Yeah.
And we just got everything resituated and it worked out fine. But it gave me a chance to sit down
talk to him.
To sit and talk to Ray. Bruce Miller and I.
Bruce Miller. Stu Bass's brother was the arranger on this, right?
Yeah. So just had about 10-15 minutes just to sit and talk with Ray.
Great.
Which was great.
Yeah. Well, just sit down and have a conversation. One of my three big, which if we have time, I'll say. But Perry Como. Talk about the Perry Como story. Our mother is the biggest Perry Como fan in the world. And she would watch all the Perry Como Christmas specials and this special and all that was her boy. So he got a chance to work with Perry when they did a session with him.
Oh, I did actually a TV special. It was actually his last Christmas.
Oh yeah, last Christmas.
It was going to be shot in Hawaii.
Right.
We did for 3 days. We did all the pre-records.
Right.
And so the first day, which is fun because you're recording the whole orchestra at one time, strings, horns, rhythm, everything, and a vocal at the same time.
In a booth.
Yeah, it's not like doing records where everything's layered.
Yeah, this is a union thing. They have a
vocal.
So
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge, and I love doing those things. And so the first day we did a bunch of songs and Perry's singing. The next day he comes in and he says that one song, I forget which one it was, that he did yesterday. He wasn't that happy with the performance.
Right.
And before the musicians come in, he wants to do it again.
Right.
So he goes out in the vocal booth and we get things going, and he does a pass, and it came out much better. It was good. Yeah. So he gets through. He says he's out in the vocal booth, and he says, "How was that?" And all the wigs and the control
they don't know. What's he mean? How was that? What?
So I went to the talkback mic, and I says, "My mother will love it." And he says, "I'm done."
He was, and he left. Yeah. How much time do we have?
We got 3 minutes left.
3 minutes, okay. We'll get back to Ray Charles.
Okay.
Pete Rivera, drummer, singer, Rare Earth. Both his sons are professional baseball players. One of them, I don't remember which one, is staying at a hotel somewhere back east. Ray Charles happens to be staying at the hotel. He's coming out one day in his entourage, getting ready to get in his limo. Pete's son just happened to be there, and he said to Ray Charles, he says, "Mr. Charles, I just want you to know, my father has always told me that you were one of the biggest influences of his musical career." And Ray said, "Oh, that's cool." He said, "Who's your father?" He says, "Pete Rivera from Rare Earth." And Ray kind of nodded, then he got into the limo, and he's getting ready to go, and all of a sudden the window comes down, and Ray says out of the window, "Are you still there, son?" to Pete's son, and Pete says, "Yes, sir, I am." And Ray said to him, he says, "You tell your old man I have all his albums."
That's tip of the hat.
Right. That's a major tip.
Oh boy.
Yeah. By the way, Jesse's our camera person. Hi, Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. Whoa, there it goes. Whoa. It always happens.
I can't get used to that.
I know. Yeah. The whole room.
So, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds was on the special as well. Is one of the guests, and he had to do a song, and the song, I don't remember the name of it, but had some name. A long Hawaiian name. Island. Island. And he always had trouble saying the name of the island. Kamana Una Ora, whatever it was. And he's on the booth, and Burt being Burt, he says, "I'm rich. I think I'll buy that island and I'll call it Bob."
We'll get this song done. Oh, God. But, so we've talked about Little Richard. I mean, we talked about Ray Charles.
Yeah, yeah.
And Perry Como.
Yeah.
Now, what about Perry Como, Little Richard, and Jerry Lee Lewis? I told you about how I had influences.
Yeah.
Ray Charles being one of my major influences when I got my first electric piano.
1 minute left.
1 minute left. Trying to cop Ray Charles loose, and then there's Little Richard with the horn section playing bass lines. What a band. I mean, first time I heard Little Richard, and then Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
The Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get any bigger than
I mean, that's it. He had that rock and roll attitude.
I used to love seeing him on TV when I was a kid.
Oh, jeez, oh, man. Remember his hair would come down to here, band on the piano. And I used to think, how does he do that, man?
Yeah.
He was so good.
I would love to work with him.
Oh, man. So would I. I just like to talk to him. I like to sit down and talk to him. We got to sign off?
We got about another 10, 15 seconds.
Well, we better sign off.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Happy Holidays?
Happy Holidays.
Oh,
yeah. Happy Holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Christmas '07 coming up. Okay, honey. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.